With every promise from God, there is opposition. There are things trying to push you down and talk you out of God's given destiny for your life. We see it in the life of Moses, how God promised Moses to deliver his people from Egypt to the promised land. What Moses see? His opposition, the Red Sea. God lead Moses out of Egypt, and the first thing they see is opposition. With every opposition, there is an opportunity for God to show his glory. And we see Moses, he didn't run away from his oppositions. He didn't back down. He lifted his hand and asked for help. Where your help comes from God, the Most High God. We see it also in the life of Joseph, how Joseph had a dream from God that one day he will get to his promised land. His own family made fun of him. They told him what he can do, what he can become. You don't have this in you. You're not the son of a king. You're not going to go to this promised land. We're not going to bow to you. Are you kidding me? Matter of fact, they hated him so bad. They sold him to slavery. He goes to prison. And over and over and over in the life of Joseph, we see all the oppositions he had to go through. Time was his opposition. He spent so many years in prison, thought that his dream has died. The circumstances tried to convince him that what the dream you had was not from God. We've seen doubt. We've seen so many things, but Joseph understood this principle. With every promise from God, there is oppositions that try to push you down and talk you out of God's given destiny. Joseph stayed faithful to what God promised him, and he went to his promised land. We see it also in the life of David, how David understood this principle. He was anointed by the prophet Samuel at young age that he will be the coming king of Israel. His own family was his own opposition. Once again, they told him what he can become. You are not a warrior. You don't have a mind of military. You don't have what it takes to run a country. You're a kid. Matter of fact, you're a shepherd. You belong with the sheep. You don't belong in the palace. But David understood the principle. With every promise, there is oppositions. There is adversity. There is things gonna talk you out of God's given destiny. In this particular story, we see how David faced his opposition. He fought his opposition. He won his opposition. Everybody else called Goliath a giant, except David, because David understood with every opposition, God is going to show his glory. We also have a different type of opposition, like Jonah. Opposition that we bring on ourselves by disobeying God and not listening to his commandments. But in all these things, we are more than conquerors through Christ who strengthens us. When Moses, he has to face his opposition and wait for the Lord to deliver him. Joseph wait patiently even when the circumstances was talking him out of God's given destiny for his life. He stayed faithful because he knew who promised can fulfill his promise. And we see it in the life of David, that he literally had to go and fight his opposition. God is a very strategic God. He is behind you to lead you and help you to overcome every opposition that's coming your way. In the life of Jonah, his own disobedience caused him to get in the stomach of the whale and learn once again that with every opposition, there is an opportunity. He came out of the stomach of the whale and preached the word of God. Today, what are your oppositions? Is it your bank account? Is it the chaos going at your work? Is it the people talking you out of God's given destiny for your life? Is it you fighting yourself like Jonah did? and said, I'm not equipped for the job. I don't think I have what it takes. Maybe God made a mistake talking to me. I want to give you news, buddy. You are the one that God chose to finish his work. God is so faithful that what he called inside you, he's going to bring outside you. If you stay faithful, if you fight when you need to fight. Today would be the day that you're going to try to block everybody out of your mind and listen to God. Don't believe your circumstances. Don't believe the news. Don't believe the economy. Don't believe maybe your own family, like it happened with Joseph and David. Believe what God is telling you. With every opposition, there is a chance for God to show his glory. Would you search your hand out and ask God to give you the wisdom when to wait, when to fight, when to overcome, and when to have faith in yourself? God is faithful that he will finish what he called inside you. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch me again. Let the glory of God cover all the earth by overcoming one opposition at a time, one share at a time. God bless you and have a fantastic week. See you guys next Sunday. God bless you.